सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं परमानन्दमाधवम्। सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्त गोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। So in the last session we started the topic of Tat-pada Vichara. What is exactly meant by the word Tat? Tat means that. That indicates totality. What exactly is this totality? Or rather, the real nature of this total, and that is Brahma Swarupa. So we started with the topic of Brahman. What is the nature of this Brahman? Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. Very famous quote from Taittiriya Upanishad, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. So the nature of Brahman is what? Existence, consciousness, bliss. In other words, here it is mentioned as truth, knowledge, infinity. It is one and the same. That is the nature of Brahman. We saw these are not the properties of Brahman. This is Brahman. Existence is Brahman. Consciousness is Brahman. Bliss is Brahman. Right? Vishuddham, extremely pure, means what? There is nothing other than it. Vishuddham. Param, it is the supreme. It is the truly supreme. There is nothing higher than it. Swatasiddham, self-evident, self-luminous, self-revealing, whatever you want to say. Swatasiddham. It is by itself. Doesn't need anything else to exist or to reveal itself. Nitya Ananda Ekarasam. It is eternal, undivided or indivisible bliss. Ekarasam, indivisible. Nitya, eternal. Ananda, bliss. Pratyagabhinnam. It is non-different from the inner self. Pratyagabhinnam. Pratyag is self. It's not different from the self. It is the self alone. But this is the actual nature of that self. Nirantaram jayati. It always wins. It is ever victorious. Why? Because it never ceases to exist. And therefore it is always victorious. Satyameva jayate, and this is that Satyam. This is that final satyam, the ultimate reality. Right? Now, this Brahman, now we have to understand from the standpoint of the world. What is that? Sadidam paramadvaitam swasmadanyasya vastunah abhavat. This idam, this sat, this existence, this truth, reality, paramadvaitam is absolutely non-dual. It alone is. Why? Swasmadanyasya vastunah abhavat. Because of the absence of anything other than itself. There is nothing other than it, and therefore it alone is. It is non-dual advaita. Right? Nahi anyadasti kiṃcit. Even a wee bit other than it is not there. Samyak paramartha tattvabodha dashayam. Even a person who gets that ultimate realization of this reality, even for such a person, there is nothing other than himself or herself. So a jnani looks at the whole world and sees the self alone. Brahman alone. Self and Brahman, non-different. That is what he sees. And we also saw how Shankaracharya beautifully explains, Shloka ardhena pravakshami yaduktam granthakotibihi brahma satyam jagan mithya jivaha brahmaivedaṃ na aparaha. In half a verse, I will tell you what crores of scriptures are telling. The essential teaching, the final understanding that a human being can have, should have, is this. Brahma satyam jagan mithya. The Brahman is the ultimate reality. Jagat is mithya, it is an illusion. It is neither sat nor asat, it is mithya. Earlier we have seen all these description. Okay, right? Satchet na vadhyeta, asatchet na pratiyeta. If it is sat, then it should never cease to exist. If it is asat, then it should never be experienced. But it is neither. Therefore, we are calling it as mithya. Mithya means which appears to be there but is not there. It is an illusion. Right? Jivaha. Then what about the individual? Individual is Brahman alone. The world is Brahman alone. Brahman is Brahman alone. There is only Brahman. There is nothing else. Then we logically also try to understand through the three laws of causation how Brahman is the cause of the world and what kind of cause it is. It is the cause which is substratum. Right? Vivarta upadana karana. This also we have seen some time back. Where Brahman is the substratum, real substratum, and the world is superimposition, which is unreal, which is not real. We also understood in the world, what is that which when removed the world will not exist? In the world, what is that which when removed world will not exist? It is the existence. That existence has to be the cause of the world. Because everything in the world is. That is how we experience it. Light is, sun is, rain is. See, everything in the world is experienced as is. That isness alone is the real cause, the real substratum of the world. Right? So, yadidam sakalam viśvam. This entire world, nana rupam, of different nature, different from each other, pratitam ajñānāt. It is experienced as different things because of ignorance. Pratitam, it is appearing because of ignorance. Tat sarvam brahmaiva. All that is Brahman alone. Pratyastha ashesha bhavana dosham. That Brahman which is free from all kinds of imaginations, of thoughts, everything is gone in that Brahman. There is nothing. Brahman alone is. So what we need to do? We need to shift our vision. From the vision of delusion, we have to come to vision of knowledge. Why? As long as we are having this vision of delusion, we will see different things. The moment we shift to the vision of knowledge, we will see that one reality in and through everything, substratum of everything. We saw through the verse in Viveka also that there are 5 aspects in any object. Asti bhati priyam rupam namachetyam shapanchakam adyatrayam brahma rupam jagad rupam tatodvayam. In anything, there are 5 aspects. Asti bhati priyam, sat chit ananda, existence, consciousness, bliss, rupam, form, and nama, name. Among these 5, this name and form belongs to the world, which is a illusion, which is an illusion, which is a mere appearance, a superimposition. But Satchidananda aspect belongs to Brahman, which is the real substratum. So this watch is essentially Brahman. That is its ultimate reality. The transactional reality is the form and the name given to it, watch. But ultimate reality is, it is Brahman. Like that, everything in the world, inert object, sentient being, human being, animals, plants, whatever we experience, whatever we see, everything is essentially that Brahman. On that Brahman, there is a form which is imagined and therefore a name is given. That's it. See, take same example of dream. Every single thing in dream that you experience is essentially you. But it is not seen as you. You see it as tree, road, mountain, tiger, etc., etc. These all forms are imagined on you. Or are you taking anything in your dream from the waking? Let me keep one sword with me. Why? In the dream there is one tiger that comes. You can't. You can't. You are not taking anything from waking. In the dream, everything is imagined on you. So everything that you see, their ultimate status is you. The tiger that you see, who is the tiger? You. Who is the tree? You. Who is the road? You. Who is you? You. See, you alone are there. All other forms and the names that are given to each form, all of them are not real. They are imagined. So too, in this world, whatever we experience, whatever we see, the name and form is illusion. The reality, the substratum is truth. Brahma satyam jagan mithya. Asti bhati priyam brahma rupam, rupam nama jagad rupam. Understanding, right? So, Brahman is the substratum, world is a mere superimposition. Now, this is explained through an example. Shankaracharya took the example of mud and pot, or clay and pot. What is the example we saw in 2 verses? Mritkarya bhutopi mridaha na bhinnaha kumbhosti sarvatra tu mritsvarupat. Kumbha, pot, mritkarya bhutaha api, though it is an effect of mud, effect of clay, mridaha bhinnaha nasti. It is not different from clay. Why? Sarvatra mritsvarupat. All the time, everywhere, it is clay alone. Can you, na kumbha rupam pratagasti. There is nothing called as pot other than clay. What is there in pot? You try to touch different points, different places of the pot. What are you touching? Mud alone. What else is there in the pot other than mud? There is nothing. Then why are you calling it as kumbha? You should call it as mrid only. Kumbha kutaha. Why are you calling it as pot? Mṛṣā kalpita nama matraha. It is just a namesake. Imagined name is there, false name we are imagining. Why? Because shape is different, form is different, therefore we are giving a different name. But essentially it has not changed. Kenapi mृद्भिन्नतया स्वरूपम घटस्य संदर्शयितुम न शक्यते. Kenapi, by anyone, ghatasya swarupam, the form of the pot or the nature of the pot, mृद्भिन्नतया sandarshetum na shakyate, cannot be shown as different from mud. Nobody can show it. Nobody can say that pot is different from mud. It is not. Ataha ghataha mohādeva kalpitaha. Therefore, pot, the concept of pot, is a mere illusion created by delusion. Mrudeva satyam paramartha bhutam. That mrit alone is reality. This is, of course, pointing to a very famous section of Chandogya Upanishad. Vācārambadam vikaro namadeyam vrittika ityeva satyam. Right? All other forms, etc. are namadeyam, are only namesake. Vrittika ityeva satyam. The mrittika, the clay alone is real. Right? That also we saw. Now this example is brought into our concept Darshtantika. That verse also we saw. Sad brahma karyam sakalam sadaiva. Tanmatrametat na tatonyadasti. This entire world is the effect of Brahman. And therefore, tatmatram, it is Brahman alone. Na tatahanyadasti. There is nothing other than that. This entire world, being effect of Brahman, is Brahman alone, is not different from Brahman. Asti iti yah vakti. One who says that world is there other than Brahman, tasya mohaha na vinirgataha. His delusion is not yet gone. Nidritavat prajalpaha. And consider him as a person blabbering in sleep. Don't take him seriously. Why? He is not yet woken up. He is still in that vision of delusion. He is not seeing the reality. The reality is what? World is not there. Brahman alone is. So we also saw the transition. A baddha, bound person thinks that world is real. World is everything. Sadhaka says world is not real. Like dream. Siddha says world is Brahman. Why should I say world is not real or world is Maya? World is Brahman. No, but Vedji, tell something one now. Is world not there or is world Brahman? World as world is not there. World as Brahman is always there. Why? Because the world cannot be without Brahman. So when you are including world, Brahman is already included. So world, as names and forms, is not there. But as its substratum, it is always there, and that is Brahman. Brahman alone is there. Maya is not there. But the substratum of Maya is Brahman, which is always there. So Maya as Maya is not there. Maya as Brahman is always there. Clear? This is clear. Now what? He continues. Shankaracharya says, this is what see, just now we used the logic. Isn't it? We explained what can be the cause of the world and then how it is the ultimate cause. It is the substratum cause, and everything that is seen is only an illusion. We took example of mud and pot. See, limitation of example also we have seen in the last session. Pot and mud are on the same level of reality, right? But in case of Brahman and world, Brahman is on the higher level, world is at a lower level of reality. Brahman is absolute reality, paramarthika satta. World is transactional reality, vyavaharika satta. Another example which we need to understand is rope and snake, or mirage, or silver and shell. All these examples will come now, okay? The point is what? So far we have understood logically. Now Shankaracharya says, this is what Shruti also says. And Shruti is Pramana. Veda is the final authority in all the such matters. That is what he says. Let us read verse number 231. Brahmaivedaṃ viśvamityeva vāṇī śrautī brūte'tharvaniṣṭhā variṣṭhā tasmādetadbrahmamātraṃ hi viśvaṃ nādhiṣṭhānādbhinnatāropitasya brahmaivedaṃ viśvamityeva vāṇī śrautī brūte'tharvaniṣṭhā variṣṭhā tasmādetadbrahmamātraṃ hi viśvaṃ nādhiṣṭhānādbhinnatāropitasya. Brahma eva idam viśvaṃ iti eva śrautī vāṇī brūte. Brahma eva idam viśvaṃ. Brahman alone is this entire world. Iti eva brūte. This alone says. Who says? Śrautī vāṇī. Śrautī means shrutehe vāṇī. Śrautī means of the shruti, of the scriptures. Vāṇī. Vāṇī means speech. See, it's a manner of saying. Śrautī vāṇī means what? The scriptures are saying. Where? Which scriptures? Variṣṭhā atharvaniṣṭhā. The great atharvaniṣṭhā, the great Atharva Veda is saying the same thing. So in Atharva Veda, very famous Upanishad is there, Mundaka Upanishad. Mundaka Upanishad of Atharva Veda, it says so. In the second Adhyaya, second Khanda, it says, brahmaivedaṃ amrutam purastat, brahma paschat, brahma dakshinaschottareṇa, adhascha urdhvam cha prasrutam, brahmaivedaṃ viśvamidam variṣṭham. Very, very beautiful mantra. What is it saying? Brahma eva idam amrutam. This infinite immortality is Brahman alone. Purastat, it alone is in front. Paschat, it alone is behind. Dakshinaha, it alone is on the right side. Uttarena, it is alone on the left side. Adhaha, down also Brahman alone is there. Urdhvam, up also Brahman alone is there. Prasritam, everywhere spread is this Brahman. Brahma eva idam viśvaṃ. Brahman alone is this entire world. Idam variṣṭham, this great Brahman is everything. Isn't it? In Ganpati Atharvashirsha also we say the similar thing, you see. Purastat, Trayadita, Paschat, Uttarena, Dakshina, everything, everywhere, you alone are there. There also we are talking about Brahman alone. Right? So, what is the point? Brahman alone is this entire world. So says even the Shruti. Now we have understood through logic, but even Shruti is telling the same thing. Tasmāt, and therefore we have to conclude etat brahmamātraṃ hi viśvaṃ. Etat viśvaṃ brahmamātraṃ hi. This entire world is indeed Brahman alone. Na adhiṣṭhānāt āropitasya bhinnatā. Āropitasya, of that which is superimposed, adhiṣṭhānādbhinnatāna is not different from the substratum. Is snake different from rope? Does snake have any identity, existence apart from rope? No. It is rope alone. Okay, tasmāt, therefore Brahman alone is, world is not there. See, look at the power of Vedanta. Using the word, we are saying that whatever we are saying is not there. You all are seeing, you all are hearing through different things of the world. Computer, laptop, camera, light, and we are saying right in front of them that, oh, you all are not there. Brahman alone is. But Vedji, I am seeing. Just because you are seeing doesn't make it real. Yesterday we saw one beautiful example. Elephant made up of sugar and monkey is made up of sugar. You are seeing the difference, but is there a difference? In sugar there is no difference. Difference is where in the form, and therefore different name is given. But in essence they are one. In the same way, even though we are seeing, we have to falsify our vision by knowledge. We see the sunrise, we see the sunset, but by the knowledge of physics, we know that the sun neither rises nor does it have setting. Sunrise sunset concept is not there for the sun. Sun will rise where? No, for earth, but sun doesn't know what is happening on earth. Isn't it? We are on earth and therefore we see sun rising and sun setting. Correct, getting it. So though we see, though the mind understands through our senses, it is not real. That vision of delusion has to be falsified by the vision of knowledge. Okay. Now he says, so far what has happened? We have said that the superimposition has no existence apart from the substratum. And therefore substratum alone is, superimposition is just an illusion. Now he says, suppose you say that no, superimposition has separate existence. Suppose you say that the world is separately existing apart from Brahman. Suppose you say, what will happen? Next verse. Let us see. Very beautiful verse. Satyam yadi syājjagadetadātmano. nantattvahānirnigamāpramāṇatā. asatyavāditvamapīśituḥ syāt. naitattrayaṃ sādhu hitaṃ mahātmanām. satyam yadi syājjagadetadātmano nantattvahānirnigamāpramāṇatā. asatyavāditvamapīśituḥ syāt. naitattrayaṃ sādhu hitaṃ mahātmanām. Yadi, if. Okay, now yadi, okay, this word is very important. Why? Truth is not said. He is taking for argument's sake. Yadi etat jagat satyam syāt. If we consider that this world is real. This world is real means the world as world is real. Not as Brahman. As Brahman it is always real. No. If we consider that the world is real, means what? The world is separate reality. Brahman is there, and now if we say that okay, world is also there, separate from Brahman, then what will happen? Three things will happen. Number one, atmanah anantattvahānihi. Hani, destruction. Destruction of infinitude for the self. For the self, for the Brahman. We have seen that Brahman or the self is infinite. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam Brahma. Anantam we had said. It will no more be infinite. Vedji, why are you saying like that? See, because two realities. See, what is this? This is watch. Watch is different from hand. Correct? Therefore, there is a space where the hand ends and where the watch begins. Watch is there, hand is there, both are existing separately. The moment we say there are two things existing, both these things will become finite. Why? Because for the second thing to exist, the first thing has to end in space. in object, in time. Remember Desha Paricheda, Kala Paricheda, Vastu Paricheda. If there are two realities, then both realities will be finite. In other words, whenever we call anything as infinite, it alone can be infinite. There cannot be anything else. There is only one infinity possible. Please understand. There is only one infinity possible. The other thing can be imagined on this infinity and therefore can be considered as infinity. But reality is one infinity alone. Example. Rope is misunderstood as snake. What is the length of snake? What is the length of that snake which is imagined? Exactly the length of rope. Now suppose you say that no, there are two things. Rope is also there and snake is also there. Now what you have to do? Then you have to say that okay, half rope, half snake. Or little bit of rope, more snake. Or more rope, little bit of snake. Whichever way, you are making both things smaller. When you say rope is there, rope alone is there and snake is superimposed on the rope, then no problem. Why? Rope is full. But the moment you say no, there are two things, rope also is there, snake also is there, both have become finite. In the same way, Brahman alone is, world is not there. If this is the conclusion, then fine. If you say world is there, real, yadi jagat etat jagat satyam syāt, if this world is real, then Brahman is no more infinite. Veji. So, let it not be infinite. Why are you so much concerned about being? Arey my dear, if it is not infinite, then it is not Brahman. Why? Because then it will have paricheda, it will have limitation. What is Brahman? Limitless big, isn't it? You cannot have limitation in Brahman. Oh, like that. Yes. So then there will be problem. Also what will be there? Next one he says, nigama apramāṇatā. Nigama means Veda, scriptures. Apramāṇatā, they will lose their validity. Why? Because all the scriptures are saying Brahman is infinite, Brahman is infinite. Satyam jnanam anantam brahma, Taittiriya Upanishad says. Now what will happen? That line from the Vedas will become wrong, invalid. Scriptures will lose validity. By considering world to be real. Number one, Brahman or self will become finite. Number two, scriptures will lose validity. Then third point, what will happen? Asatyavāditvamapīśituḥ syāt. Īśituḥ of the Lord. Asatyavāditva. Asatyavāditvam. Asatyavāditvam means he will become a liar. Do you want to say that Lord is a liar? Lord is telling wrong things? No, but then it will happen. Why? Because Lord is telling all these things in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan Shri Krishna is telling all these things. Brahman alone is, world is only imagined on that Brahman. It doesn't have any separate existence from that Brahman. Bhagavan is saying all these things that it will be proven that Bhagavan is a liar. Naitattrayaṃ mahātmanām sādhu hitaṃ na. These three things, what three things? Self becoming finite, scriptures losing validity, and Bhagavan becoming liar. These three things, mahātmanām, for the great people, sādhu hitaṃ na, are not proper, are not beneficial. Great people say that no. If scriptures are saying, that is truth. If Bhagavan has said in the Bhagavad Gita, it is true. The moment it is said Brahman is infinite, it is infinite. Full stop. By considering the world to be real, all these three things will be lost and we cannot compromise on this. That is not possible. Sometimes in our argument also, we say this thing. Suppose for the sake of argument we believe your point, then it will mean that that great person said a lie. No, that is not possible. Why? That person cannot say lie. See, if we have so much of faith in a person who can easily say lie, how much more faith we should have in our scriptures and the Lord himself, who will never say lie. Why? Because what is the benefit of them by saying lie? Bhagwan ka kya jata hai? Why will he say anything wrong? He will not. And therefore, considering world to be real is not appropriate according to the great people. Right? Okay. You said Bhagwan, Shri Krishna also has said like this. Give proof. Nowadays also, everywhere, so many things we hear. Bhagavad Gita says. In WhatsApp also we have so many forwards. Isn't it? Facebook, etc. everywhere. What? Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagwan Shri Krishna says. And under that so many things are there. Sometimes I read that and I wonder where Bhagwan said all these things. Because I have read Bhagavad Gita, nowhere Bhagwan is saying anything like that. जो हुआ अच्छे के लिए हुआ, जो हो रहा है अच्छे के लिए हो रहा है, जो होगा वो भी अच्छे के लिए होगा. Where Bhagwan is saying this? Which verse? Tell me. We hear all these kind of things. Sometimes we hear the great conversation between Swami Vivekananda and Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and then there will be some passage. And when you read the passage, you wonder, will Vivekananda ask such stupid questions? He was such an intellectual man. Will he ask such and will he argue with Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, his guru, like this? So what we see in the world is, in the name of great people, in the name of great scripture, people push their own ideas. Shankaracharya ji, are you one of them? Shankaracharya says, no. I will tell you where Bhagwan has said this. What are his exact words? Shankaracharya says in the next verse. He quotes from Bhagavad Gita. Verse number 233. īśvaro vastutattvajñah na cāhaṃ teṣvavasthitaḥ na ca matsthāni bhūtānī ityevameva vyacīkḻpat. īśvaro vastutattvajñah na cāhaṃ teṣvavasthitaḥ na ca matsthāni bhūtānī ityevameva vyacīkḻpat. Shankaracharya says, īśvaraha vastutattvajñah. The Lord is Jña. You see, vastutattvajña. Vastutattvajña. Jña, knower. Tattva, reality. Vastu, of things. Lord is the knower of reality of things. Means what? He has understood everything essentially. He has understood the essence of everything. And therefore, evameva vyacīkḻpat. Iti evameva vyacīkḻpat. Therefore, he vyacīkḻpat. He proclaimed, he declared this. What did he declare? So, the in-between two sentences are quoted from Gita. Na ca aham teshu avasthitaḥ, na ca matsthāni bhūtānī. These are the two sections taken from Gita. Iti evameva vyacīkḻpat. Now, what is this? Na ca aham teshu avasthitaḥ. I am not in them. Na ca matsthāni bhūtānī. They are not in me. So the topic in discussion is from the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Very, very, very beautiful chapter. Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yoga. The chapter which deals with the royal secret, royal knowledge. Rajavidya Rajaguhya. And in that 2 verses are there. Verse number 4 and 5. Verses 4 and 5. Let us understand the entire 2 verses, then we will understand the point. Or basically the 3 lines which are quoted here. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyakthamurtina matsthāni sarvabhūtāni nachaham teshu avasthitaḥ nachamasthāni bhūtāni pashyame yogameshwaram. Bhagavan Shri Krishna is telling Arjuna these things. What? So basically here he is making 4 statements. Let us understand all the 4 statements. First statement is Maya tatamidam sarvam jagat avyaktamurtina. I have pervaded this entire world. In other words, I am in the entire world. I am everywhere. First statement. Second statement, matsthāni sarvabhūtāni. Matsthāni. In me, sarvabhūtāni are all beings. All beings are in me. So first statement is I am in all. Second statement is all are in me. Third statement, nacha aham teshu avasthitaḥ. I am not in them. And fourth sentence, nacha matsthāni bhūtāni. All beings are not in me. Once again, to make it simple. Statement number 1, I am in everything. Statement number 2, everything is in me. Statement number 3, I am not in them. Statement number 4, they are not in me. Pashyame yogameshwaram. He says, see Arjuna, this is my glory, this is my power. Now somebody who is reading this will say, Vedji, what is happening? Don't, see, are you listening to yourself while talking? Why? Because there is contradiction. The first statement is directly contradicting third statement. First statement says, I am in everything. Third statement says, I am not in them. Second statement says, they are in me. Fourth statement says, they are not in me. What is happening? Now, if you say that Bhagavan is not liar, this statement is a lie. Why? Bhagavan has to be a liar. Why? All 4 statements cannot be true altogether. Either first statement is right or the third is right. Either the second is right or the fourth is right. Now you choose which one you want to take it. Why? All of them cannot be right. Either Lord is in everything or Lord is not in everything. Either everything is in Lord or everything is not in Lord. There is no third option. And now he is saying that I am in everything, everything is in me, I am not in them, they are not in me. What is happening? We need to understand the standpoint to understand the point. What did I say? We need to understand the standpoint to understand the point. If we understand the standpoint, we will understand the point. Okay? Let us explain. Rope is there. Favorite example. Rope is seen as snake. Now I am going to make 4 statements. About the rope and the snake. You have to tell me which of these statements are true and which are not true. Fine? Ready? Number 1. Rope is pervading the entire snake. True statement or wrong statement? True statement. Rope is pervading the entire snake. Statement number 2. Snake is in rope. Correct? Rope is there. There is snake imagined on the rope. Correct. Number 3, rope is not in snake. When you are seeing the snake, rope is not part of that. Correct. Statement number 4, there is no snake in rope. Correct only. Actually, in rope, snake is not there. See, 4 statements, contradictory, seemingly, but all of them are true. Why? When it is said, first statement says, Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina. When Bhagavan says that I am pervading all of them, I am in them, we have to say as substratum. Please note this point. I am in them as substratum. Adhishṭhānataya. Statement number 2, they are in me as superimposition. Adhyastataya. I am in them as the substratum. They are in me as the superimposition. Means what? I am the substratum. They are superimposed on me. Now the third statement says what? I am not in them. Means what? When the superimposition goes through changes, the substratum does not change. That rope is seen by one person as black snake and another person as blue snake. The black and blue are the changes in snake. Are they affecting the rope? Somebody may see yellow dots on that snake. These changes are not having any impact on the rope. So, I am not in them means what? I am not affected by them. The changes in the imagined superimposition has no effect on the substratum. I am having a dream. In my dream, I have 3 children, but in my real life, I am still a brahmachari. No impact of the dream on me, thank God. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. Otherwise, then once I get up, I have to take care of those 3 children. No. Whatever modifications, changes are happening on me, see, the dream is imagined on me only, has no impact on me. So, when it is said, I am not in them, what does it mean? It means I am not one of them. I am not changing when they are changing. I remain unchanged when they are undergoing any kind of change. These 3 statements are still from the standpoint of the world. When you see the world, understand that Brahman is the substratum, first statement. Understand that the world is superimposed on Brahman, second statement. Understand that when the world is changing, Brahman is not changing, third statement. Now the fourth statement comes from the standpoint of Brahman, where it is said, Nacha matsthāni bhūtānī, they are not in me. Means what? The world is not there. The snake is not there. Why? Because from the standpoint of rope, there is no snake. From the standpoint of Brahman, there is no world. From the standpoint of waker, there is no dream. So, what is said by Bhagavan here? If you are seeing, so he is actually building a thought. And while building the thought, he is making statements which look contradictory but are not contradictory. First statement he makes is what? Brahman pervades everything as the substratum. So, Brahman is in everything. Second statement, everything is in Brahman as superimposition. Third statement, Brahman is not in everything. Means what? Brahman is not part of this whole changing world. It remains unchanging. And number 4, from the standpoint of Brahman, there is nothing other than Brahman. There is no world. Okay, so all four statements that Bhagavan Shri Krishna has made in that 9th chapter, 4th and 5th verse are correct. We have to just understand the point. When he says, I am in everything as substratum adhishṭhānataya. Everything is in me as superimposition, adhyasthataya. I am not in them, I am asanga, untouched, unaffected. They are not in me, I alone am. There is nothing other than me. Nirupadhika. This last statement is called Nirupadhika drishti. From the standpoint of Brahman alone without any upadhi. Brahman with the upadhi of the world. First three statements. Sopadhika drishti. But from the ultimate standpoint, there is nothing other than Brahman. Brahman alone is. So, if I see the world has substratum Brahman. What is the world then? World is superimposition on that substratum Brahman. But is that substratum part of the superimposition? No, it is not. Then what is it? The substratum alone is, superimposition is not there. You understand? This is how Bhagavan has built the thought. He has said everything logical and correct. He cannot lie, and therefore world cannot be real. World cannot have separate existence from Brahman. It is not possible. Clear? In Panchadashi, there is one very beautiful text called Panchadashi. Sometimes we discuss. You remember Natakadipa Prakarana? We had seen example of Natakadipa Prakarana, that stage light, the witness consciousness. In another chapter called Chitradipa Prakarana, there is a very beautiful concept. So the example is of Chitra, painting. Now in the painting, what is there you see? When you look at the painting, what is the first thing that you see? The first thing that you see is the form and color. Isn't it? What is the painting about and what are the different shades? But that form and those colors are painted on what? On the cloth, which is made up of threads. And those threads are made up of cotton. Correct? So cotton transforms into threads. That threads together become a cloth on which there are colors and then there is a scenery. Correct? Now, there the Panchadashikara, Swami Vidyaranya or Bharati Tirtha Swamiji, they say what? Cotton is Brahman, is like Brahman. Now it is compared, okay? Cotton is Brahman means don't say cotton is Brahman. No. In comparison of the Chitra, cotton is equal to Brahman. Thread is Īśvaro, Lord. Colors are gunas. And the scenery or the picture, the form of the painting is the world. Now you see how there is a shift in attention. A person who doesn't understand much just looks at the form. One who is expert in painting looks at the colors and says, you see what kind of shades the painter has given. One who is still further developed looks at the thread. And one with ultimate vision says that everything is cotton. So that Chitra world is nothing but cotton. Now remember, on one painting it will be a beautiful painting of some sunrise or lotus, etc. One will be some horrific, terrible painting of blood and skull and everything. But the cotton is same. Colors may be different. Thread and cotton are same. Īśvara, Lord, and Brahman, reality, are same. The picture is terrible, the picture is soothing, the picture is calm, the picture is angry, the picture is dark, the picture is faint, soft. The cotton is same. Shift your attention from the painting to cotton. Shift your attention from horrific, terrible world to the substratum reality. That is what Vedanta is telling. Okay, now what? Now, again one more logic is given. If you think that the world is separate from Brahman, it has got its own existence. If you say, there will be a problem. What problem? Let us see. Verse number 234. Yadi satyam bhaved viśvam sushupta upalabhyatam yannopalabhyate kiṃcit atosatsvapnavanmṛṣā. Yadi satyam bhaved viśvam sushupta upalabhyatam yannopalabhyate kiṃcit atosatsvapnavanmṛṣā. Yadi satyam bhaved viśvam. If world is considered to be real, sushupta upalabhyatam, then it should be present in the deep sleep also. See, if it is real, real means what? Trikalepi tishtati iti sat. That which is there in all three periods of time, all the time it should be there. If it is real, it should be always there. If the world is real, world should be there in deep sleep also. Do we experience world in deep sleep? No. Forget about world. Even Jiva Bhava is not there in deep sleep. I don't even know whether I am man or woman, child or old person. In my deep sleep, do I have any consciousness of all these things? Yat na upalabhyate kiṃcit. But we see that in deep sleep, it is not there. Ataha asat. Therefore, if it is not sat, then what? It is asat. Swapnavat mṛṣā. Or for the sake of argument, you say it is mṛṣā, it is false, it is mithya, swapnavat, like a dream. So, waking world is also like a dream. Go. Actually, I am saying it is not even like a dream. I am saying it is not there. But since you are not ready to accept that directly, I say, okay, fine. If you see the world, say that it is imagined. It is an illusion like dream. Actually, it is not there. If you ask me, I will say it is not there. But if at all you are experiencing, understand that it is just like a dream, appearing to be there, but not really there. Okay, yadi satyam bhaved viśvam. If the world is considered to be true, sushupta upalabhyatam, then it should be present in deep sleep also. Why? Satya should be there in all three periods of time. Every time it should be there. But that is not the case. In the dream, yat na upalabhyate kiṃcit. The world is not, even a wee bit of the world is not there in deep sleep. Ataha, therefore, asat. It is unreal. Or swapnavat mṛṣā. Or it is mithya. It appears to be there, but it is not there. Like a dream. Right? One more example. So now example of dream. Now second example of rope and snake. What is that? Let us see. Verse number 235. Atha ataf prithang nasti jagat paratmanah. Prithak pratitistu mṛṣā guna hivat. Āropitasya kimarthavattā. Adhiṣṭhānamābhāti tatha brahmeṇa. अतः पृथङ् नास्ति जगत्परात्मनः पृथक् प्रतीतिस्तु मृषा गुणा हिवत् आरोपितस्यास्ति किमर्थवत्ता अधिष्ठानमाभाति तथा भ्रमेण. अतः therefore जगत् परात्मनः पृथक् न अस्ति. The world is not there other than the self, other than the supreme self. Means what? The world is only supreme self. It is not having any separate existence. Prithak pratitihi tu, but still it is experienced. And see, experience of the world is how? Is the world experienced as me? No. The world is experienced as something other than me. Prithak pratitihi tu mṛṣā. It is a false appearance. Guna ahivat. In some books it will be gunadivat. In gunadivat is there in some books. Better version is gunahivat. Guna ahivat. Because guna means rope and ahi means snake. So gunahivat instead of gunadivat, gunahivat is better reading. In some pathas gunahivat is there. So what is said here? Prithak pratitihi, separate appearance is mṛṣā. Is mṛṣā means is unreal. Like what? Like the snake on the rope. Gunahivat. Aropitasya arthavatta kimasti. Means what? Aropitasya, that which is imagined. Arthavatta. Arthavatta, meaningfulness. Kimasti, what is there? What is the meaningfulness of that imagined? Means, for example, suppose I see a dream, and in my dream I am a crorepati. I am a millionaire, billionaire. Okay, and in my dream you come to me, and therefore I give you 10 lakh rupees. Given. Very, very benevolent person. In my dream, okay, not actually. In my dream, you come and I give you 10 lakh rupees. And then I get up and then I say, I must get that 10 lakh rupees back. So I go to you and I say, give my 10 lakh rupees back. What? Give my 10 lakh rupees back. What 10 lakh rupees? I gave you. When? Yesterday. Yesterday you gave me 10 lakh rupees. Where? In my dream. Does that money I have given you in my dream have any meaning? Zero meaning. Kim arthavatta aropitasya asti. What is the meaningfulness of what is imagined? There is one very beautiful story in childhood they used to tell us. I remember that there was one poor person, and he was sleeping on his old kind of bed, and he has kept curd in one pot which is hanging from the ceiling. That's how they used to keep curd, isn't it? And looking at that curd, he starts to think that now I have one pot of curd. I will sell that curd and I will get more money to buy more milk. Then I will make more curd and I will sell all that curd. Then I will have more money. Then I will get a cow on my own. One more cow, then few more cows. Then I will have this, then I will have that. Then I will have more money. Then I will have wife, and the wife and children will be playing with me. And I will be playing with the children and I will make them jump on my feet. And while imagining, he lifts his foot which hits the pot. Pot falls on the ground, curd gone. Remember the story? Childhood story. Why? Because the imagined money, imagined wife, imagined the children have no existence. And therefore they are no useful, they are not meaningful at all. Why? Because they don't have existence. They exist only in your dream. In some movies, etc., also we see, that the person starts to see some another person, and based on what that person is telling, he starts doing things. And then he says, no, I am only following that person's instruction. Who is that person? There is no other person. It's only in your mind that all these things are there, imagined. There is no meaningfulness for that. Aropitasya arthavatta kimasti adhishṭhānam tatha abhati. It is actually, what is aropita, what is imagined? It is only the substratum which is appearing like that. Brahmena, because of delusion. What is snake? Snake is rope appearing as snake mistakenly. You cannot say that, okay, that snake is there, you take this snake. Which snake? The other person says, there is rope. No, that is snake, you take that snake. No, you cannot have any kind of transaction with what is imagined. Arthavatta is not there. Therefore, world is not different, not separate from the Supreme Self. The separate appearance of world is a mere illusion. Like the snake illusion imagined on the rope. Okay, that imagined thing has no value, no meaning. That is the point. Okay. So, dream example over, rope snake example over. One more example he gives, which we will see in the next session. The example of silver and shell. We will see that in the next session. Sufficient for today. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.